Number 1. There are 4 types of introverts: thinking, social, restrained, anxious, and restricted introversion, which is generally known and understood as the standard concept of introversion, that social introverts would prefer to see isolation or small groups of people over large gatherings. Nevertheless, social introversion varies from shyness, as our need for loneliness is not anxiety. Thinking introverts are introspect, attentive, and self-reflective. As opposed to social introverts, they don't feel the need of avoiding broad social scenes, instead dreaming with their rich creativity and imaginative abilities. Anxious introverts need time alone though, because they are nervous and ashamed of themselves. On the contrary, social introverts, they are extremely and painfully shy towards new individuals, and fear doesn't automatically go away from being isolated, as they encourage scenarios to go back and forth in their minds. Finally, reinforce or restricted introverts work at a slower pace and tend to deliberate before they talk or act. They need to take time to think to stop affecting the decision making with impulse. Number 2. Introverts respond rapidly to new information. Nevertheless, they gradually embrace changes. Introverts get nervous as they consider what actions they will need to take in the future, but they do not hesitate when they need to plan for action. Extroverts must reduce their thoughts to the side, but then make a decision immediately after. Number 3. Small talk introverts hate. Introverts may appear to be disinterested in other people because they hate small talk, but they only despise it because it establishes boundaries between them and those around them. Introverts will want to feel authentically connected, and they want deep and substantive interactions, helping to break down social walls. Number 4. Introverts require time and solitude. It is attributed to introverts behaving and reacting differently than extroverts to awards per se as money, food, sex, and social standing. However, they still care about relationships and food income, but they are less motivated and less excited about the outcomes en route to them. Number 5. Introverts take more caution. Dopamine is an associated neurotransmitter with sensational risk. Introverts as well as extroverts produce the same amount. However, introverts are less involved in the area of producing dopamine. This is due to the dopamine activity of both introverts and extroverts. Introverts are less involved in the area of producing dopamine, while extroverts do the opposite. Number 6. Introverts are more insightful and deeper thinkers, as they have less dopamine activity. Like dopamine, however, the gratification comes from the inner direction that helps introverts to think in depth and remain focused on a single task for a longer period of time. They are also often affected such that they prefer calm areas, calm environments, over noisy, crowded areas. This is because they rely more on a transmitter called acetylcholine. Number 7. Introverts are more artistic. Introverts need solitude to refresh themselves, but they also find inspiration in isolation. The majority of artists and authors who identify as introverts make the best work, where they themselves are isolated from groups and usually feel less self-conscious when alone. Number 8. The rain introverts enjoy. Rain produces white noise which draws introverts as it indicates salutation incentives. We find the calming effect pleasurable for the time being because it allows us to escape within ourselves. Rain also helps reduce expectations of the day. Number 9. Trying to be extroverted can have an adverse effect on introverted performance. The time introverts spend on pretending to be someone they are not is disruptive to their usual performance level. It is necessary to understand and remember this, since the environment is used to shape introverts and extroverts. Number 10. Introverts may not give priority to happiness, even if we live in a culture which stresses the importance of being happy. Introverts prefer to maintain a neutral emotional state when they are presented with tasks like a test. This is because happiness and excitement can distract them from completing their jobs efficiently. On the other hand, extroverts prefer happiness as a motivator. Are you introverted? If you like this video, you can share in the comments below if you feel like any of these facts are relevant to you, and what type of content would you like to see next from me. And if you want more content, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. I'm Vibes, and I will see you in the next one.